Okay, so what we have here is our wind turbine that actually just came today. Pretty amazing, really actually amazing. What we have here is our breaker. This came first at the same time. It's a 10 amp breaker. Why we're using a 10 amp breaker is to actually, in case if we get too high of current, we want to make sure that we limit that. Typically, that's a little bit lower than what we would use on anything in my house. Typically, it's 15 amps to 50 amps. Again, the range is about 50 amps. The dryer is about 30 amps. And typically, other loads are like the microwave around 20 amps. So typically, they're all higher than this 10 amp. I'm being a little conservative. Why? Because I want to be safe in this case. This is an 800 watt power wind turbine, so I really want to be safe when I actually build this. And we can see the parts. We have 3 wind turbine blades. We have a hub right here. We actually have the hub. This is right here, the back of the hub to basically hook onto the bolts. We have quite a few bolts here. We're supposed to use up to 6 blade bolts to the hub, so that's again 2 for each one. We can see that right here. We then have the controller, which is actually really standard, really great. I'm hoping that we can actually power a 12 volt 55 amp hour battery, and I have that. We have basically an Allen wrench and some tools to basically use that a little bit better. This is actually right here, we can see that that's actually a pretty massive hub. That looks pretty darn good. It's pretty good size. Again, I'm just going to be doing experiments with it for now. Hopefully I can find a place where I can actually have it up at some point. And we first tested with the lightest fan that I had on the lowest setting with the lowest battery that I had power-wise. It was a DC battery. Didn't work. Then we moved up to the fan right here. This guy is a fan, and it's just a box fan. And I moved it up to the highest setting with the battery, and then I moved it up to the highest setting with AC, and that didn't work either. Now we're testing to see if we can get this thing to work at all. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go to the highest setting. And we are getting a little bit of rotation. But again, this is a $40 fan. I got it for the flow, the wind speed flow. It's a pretty good sizable flow. I think it's almost 10 meters per second, which is on the average what we get fan-wise, or wind-wise, sorry, outside. That kind of concerns me because yes, this is working, and yes, it's working great, but it's gonna need really high wind speeds. Now, that is honestly how true wind turbines work. They need the highest wind speeds possible to be able to activate. Why? Because the power output on a wind turbine works quadratically, so 3 times. So literally x times x times x. So if that's 2, that's 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. If that were 3, that'd be 3 times 3 times 3, which is 9, times 3 is 27. And then let's say that's 4. So that'd be 4 times 4 is 16. And then 4 times 16, you can do the math. But basically you get the idea that it's going to be dramatically larger depending on the wind speed. Say that wind speed is 10 meters per second, which is typically what we get on average. Again, that's 10 times 10, which is 100, times 10, which is 1,000. That is a lot of wattage. Typically, this wind turbine probably works off of only above 10 meters per second because it's an 800 watt wind turbine. So keep that in mind. If you get a very, very large wind turbine, you're going to need to be activating only on very, very fast wind speeds, or very, very powerful wind speeds. So that's a key point that they don't necessarily tell you when they sell it to you. You know, it's kind of big and not doing a lot of stuff here. Okay, so if we look at the model, the make and the model of this wind generator, it's right here. So what we have is we have a 800 watt. It is a 12 volt, 13 meters per second wind speed. So that's the problem here. I actually have it at about 10 meters per second. I need 13, so I'm gonna need to get a fan that is a little bit stronger than the one that I actually currently have. So that's one of the goals. So that's kind of the key thing that I need to kind of keep in mind, is that, you know, depending on the wind speed and the strength of the power that you're outputting, it will operate at different levels. I have a breaker right here. This is a 1 amp breaker. I know that's ridiculous, but the whole point is to, in case if I need to, I can actually, you know, do a breaker in here and turn off the amperage coming in. Alright, so the original setup of this 800 watt wind turbine wasn't working because I needed such a high wind speed to test it out. I decided to go ahead and add some balsa wood. I did the butterfly technique, which is basically you have one side where you add and then the other side where you add, and it looks kind of like a butterfly's wings. This is the first test on the lowest speed that has actually gone for more than one rotation. And so just playing around with it at this point. And I'm hoping to go to a higher wind speed soon, but at this point what I do is I cut. I've actually just been adding material for the past like 30 minutes, and really at this point, if it's like really high up here, it's like a kite, so it's like flying like a kite. So you want to cut it, remove a little bit of material. There's also another technique that is better than cutting, which is to actually just kind of bend and warp the whole like fin. And why you do that is, honestly, the Wright Brothers did that on their first plane. They did what's called wind warping. And it's an actual technique. It was used in wind turbine testing with the Wright Brothers. Hi, this is Chris Schomburg, and today what we've done is we've actually gone and worked on our wind turbine. We just built it the other day on Sunday, and it's a 2021. And really what we're doing, this is like February 3rd, we've then just started to modify very little changes. The first was I actually switched out the breaker, which was a 1 amp breaker, which is a very small amperage breaker. Most of your appliances in your house are 10 amps to 15 amps to even 20 or 30 amps. So I started with a very, very conservative breaker, and it did actually trip it. So that means that somehow we're getting an amperage above 1 amp, which is huge. Then the next step is to actually try to power a battery. We've powered a battery already. About 1% or about 1 watt, about 1.5 watts is typically what we've gotten so far. We were draining power, so we added diodes so that it doesn't drain on the outsets. Those were the modifications that we've done so far. We've also started to modify the wind blades, and that's something that's going to be something that I really have to pay attention to in the future. Is really, if you look at the old Nordic, or if you look at the German, or you know, the Holland wind turbines, they actually modify the wind turbines by adding. We've added balsa wood at this point, but eventually I'm going to get to a cloth or a plastic or something that can be adjusted depending on the wind speeds outside. I have an ammeter and I'm measuring the wind speeds. Today's high was a 13.3 miles per hour wind speed, which is a pretty good high. That's a pretty good wind speed. Again, the highest voltage we got out of that was about 9 volts today at that high of 13.3. I measured it probably 20 to 30 separate times, and all of those times I measured between, you know, it takes about 5 miles per hour for it to activate, and it takes only about 4 miles per hour for the black one over there to activate. It's a low torque motor. The big one right here is a high torque motor. So this is a difference. We're talking about 6 watts to about 600 watts, which is about, you know, 100 times more powerful. So we're talking a huge difference in the power, supposedly, capacities. I haven't really seen that with this this new one, this new kit, yet. I haven't seen the high power of it yet. And again, it's cubically related to the wind speeds, so it does matter what wind speeds that we get.